If you're curious to hear a little music from our guest Carla Lucero, who we spoke to in our most recent episode, check out E4TT's annual concert of music by women and non-binary composers, Midnight Serenades, on January 25th. Welcome to For Good Measure, an interview series celebrating diverse composers and other creative artists, sponsored by a grant from the California Arts Council. I'm Nanette McGuinness, Artistic Executive Director of Ensemble for these times. In this week's episode, we continue our conversation with Dawn Norfleet, who we spoke to in January 2022. What was your experience with GLF CAM, the Gabrielle Elena Frank Creative Academy of Music, like? What were some pearls of wisdom you gained?
Oh, boy. Wow. My experience with GLF CAM has been probably one of the most profoundly positive experiences of the last 5-6 years. I actually met Gabrielle Elena Frank through the Jazz Composers Orchestra Institute, which was a part of the American Composers Orchestra. And so they were looking for jazz composers, jazz artists, jazz, people, to give them an opportunity to write for the, orchestra. And I thought, wow, this is for me. And so it was actually a two-year program. So I met her in 2015, and just from the first conversation, just clicked right away. She knew what I was feeling when I kind of talked to her about some of the things that I was feeling in grad school, and just felt like she knew what I was talking about. And then the next year, when I was selected to actually compose the piece that would be read by ACO, she became my mentor.
Oh, nice.
And mentored me through this big, scary orchestra experience, So then the following year, I was invited to be a part of her new program. I think it had just been running for about a year, and where composers of just all kinds of different backgrounds would be brought to Boonville, California, and we would write for a particular ensemble. And the inclusivity and diversity, as well as the other things you expect in a selected program, excellence and innovation. These were all hallmarks of her program, and just there were people from just all walks of life, just different ages, different experiences and genders, and it's just been really wonderful. And now, one of the things that I was selected to be involved in, it's called Composing Earth. And I'm a 2022-23 fellow for this particular program with GLF CAM. And it's a cohort of composers who will come together once a month and learn about climate change and environmental issues. And so we just got our syllabus, and it's Whoa, it's like a college reading course. Yeah, it's intensive, and so we'll be, talking about that, talking about different issues and reading about, different issues. And then in 2023, we'll be commissioned to compose for an ensemble or something.
Yeah.
And based on our experiences.
I know she's so committed in a really good way to this. She was one of our 2021 interviewees, and we spoke about that new program and about travel, and how as musicians we can make a difference on our footprint that we're leaving, instead of having people come to Boonville, that kind of thing. And she did talk about the reading list, which sounds pretty amazing.
Yes. Yeah. So, and I think it's once again we're going to be coming from all different backgrounds, and of course remotely,
Yeah.
and but just from different perspectives. I live in an urban area, and it's going to be how I deal with how I can leave less of a footprint and do more to promote sustainability, I guess. Can be different from someone who lives in a rural area or more of a suburban area. And I think getting ideas, exchanging ideas is going to be really enlightening, because there isn't one way, and, so I've been thinking about it, about ways to be more responsible and to even incorporate it into things that lead to a healthy lifestyle. Like, do I need to drive to the store? Can I walk to the store? And my part of LA, not a lot of people walk. So it's like, but having lived in New York for so long, it's like not a big deal to walk. And so, just walking more to do regular activities, and seeing how I can combine tasks when I use my car, instead of, making one-off trips, just being more conscious about things. Those are some of my little ways to start. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to For Good Measure, and a special thank you to our guest, Dawn Norfleet, for joining us today. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast by clicking on the subscribe button, and support us by sharing it with your friends, posting about it on social media, and leaving us a rating and a review. To learn more about E4TT, our concert season online and in the Bay Area, or to make a tax-deductible donation, please visit us at www.e4tt.org. This podcast is made possible in part by a grant from the California Arts Council and generous donors like you. For Good Measure is produced by Nanette McGuinness and Ensemble for These Times, and designed by Brennan Stokes, with special thanks to audio engineer extraordinaire Stephanie Neumann. Remember to keep supporting equity in the arts, and tune in next week for Good Measure.